All right, ladies and gentlemen at the cafe, thank you so much for holding up here. I've got the book here. Hello, hi, good times. I've got the big D right here behind me. He's like, what? Please, everybody, give one big, huge round of applause for a great feature from DeGenova.
Big D. I've never been called the Big D. All right, there we go. Well, thank you all for being here. And we were talking about poets writing about, you know, where the poem came from, and I had actually thought about reading a little bit out of Backbeat, and I don't know how many people realize that this book is actually a prose and poetry. Backbeat that I co-authored with Charlie Rossiter. But anyway, there's this one little section, and the first publisher of the book was Norbert Bly, and his assignment to us was to write about how we were influenced by the beats and how that works. But anyway, I ended my little memoir section with this, and this kind of talks about where's the poem come from. Close your eyes and blow. One note after another, one word after another. This is direct deed. This is the art in your veins. Just close your eyes and blow. I write because I have to. I play saxophone because I have to. I love because I have to. I cry because I have to. And so the poems come whispering in my ear, sliding through the keys of my horn, tripping me in the dark, splashing like waves against my skinny dipping ass. That's what the poem. That's where the poems come from. And since it is, tonight I thought my theme was going to be poems that I don't often read, except for this one, because it is Mardi Gras. And believe it or not, on the way here, I was listening to WDCB, which is College of DuPage radio station, and the DJ said, you know, and Mardi Gras almost always falls on a Tuesday. So I was like, do you just want to reach the radio and explain this?
Ash Wednesday.
She didn't even get the Ash Wednesday part, so we won't go there. But anyway, this poem, my New Orleans poem, and this, actually I have two sons now who play piano, so they have to decide who this poem is about. But the older one is actually down in New Orleans tonight, probably being overserved. Anyway, do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Downstairs, my son plays boogie woogie, Professor Longhair, Dr. John, New Orleans style stride piano. It is Mardi Gras week. He's practicing for those Fat Tuesday parties. His foot stomps on the floor, vibrates through the wall and up to my desk. My head sways in time to the rhythmic pulsing of his left hand. The dizzying parade of his right sends serious thought into a funky pirouette. Puts a smile on my face, a reminder of that old bouncing gait, of Bloody Marys and hurricanes mixed with rum and trumpets and street dancers with bottle cap taps on their shoes. A reminder of what this kind of blues can do to a dad who knows his son knows nothing of Lenten sadness, only the joy of dancing. A dad who knows his own success through the songs his son chooses to play. Big Chief, Staggerly, Tipitina, Laissez le bon temps rouler. Does everybody know what that means? Laissez le bon temps rouler? Yeah. All right, good. We got an educated crowd. Some of these poems, some of you may have heard, but I had a teacher who, his name was Rain Arroyo, and he said the way to, you know, as you write poems, kind of put them in folders, and eventually subjects kind of develop, and you have a collection before you know it. So right now I've got kind of two collections growing. One of them, I thought it would be like taboo poems, and then I started thinking maybe this is just like women I've known. I don't know which way to go with it, but and then the other one I'll talk to a little bit later is like travel poems. But this one is These are kind of love poems, and I guess it's appropriate to, it was Valentine's Day this past weekend. This one's called Red, and it starts with an epigraph from Anne Sexton, one of Anne Sexton's poems, Menstruation at 40. It's a warm room, the place of the blood. Leave the door open on its hinges. Red. Again, as always, the blood metaphor. Woman, alive and bleeding, you share the goddess cycle this month. I am covered in your blood, bloody penis, bloody pubis, the sheets are screaming, the walls are reeling. We spill ourselves, our insides out, and into the animals in us. Roar, the primordial roar, louder, louder, our apocalyptic clock. You are bleeding once more, the drop of red on the bathroom floor. This one is just called White Tears. We wake before the baby, the sun just beginning to warm the day. We've slept naked under the humming ceiling fan. Our skin is soft with sweat this morning. We love quietly. Your breasts are full, white drops whispering from red and tender pores. Your nipples hard, the milk streams gently, pools in that fragrant crease where I rest my head. I taste the tears of the goddess, white blue, warm and sweet. This is an older poem, newly revised. And at some point in my life, I swore off emotionally unstable women, I think. This was one of them. The night the wind. The night the wind left you on my doorstep, drenched, shivering with rain and tears, you carried a small brown paper bag stuffed with toothbrush, underwear, white silk nightgown, hasty luggage, narrow escape, night flight from a hospital. Prison, you called it, where they put you because you bought a dog, and maybe a dog was a crazy friend to make at this precarious point in your life. But did they need to lock you up without phone, wine, or pills, or your daughters, or me, or all the hymns that haunted your inability to say no? The night the wind carried you through my door, you stood in the middle of my living room, alone. You stripped naked, your wet clothes in a pile at your feet. You let the nightgown cascade over you, arms above your head, as if standing in a waterfall, as if you might be cleansed by white silk. Did you know I watched from the doorway? Did you feel my gasp? The wind taking away my breath, my courage. The wind leaving you here tonight to unfurl your madness, your fear, your need for me. Your whisper echoing on the wind, you gliding into your darkness, your sad white sails full. Just on the love poem note, I just, my wife read this and she read it to me. She was reading in the paper or something. Napoleon had just won some battle and he wrote a letter home to Josephine and said, "I'm on my way home, don't bathe." So this is called Getting to Know You. Bathe? Oh please, no. Let me hold your toes against my nose and learn the paths you've walked. Let me lick your armpits, the creases under your breasts, to taste the heat of your day. Let me hold your fingers to my lips and share the sticky sauces that flavor your laugh. Bathe, if you must, but save the bathwater for me. I'll drink you now and bottle a liter for later when you can skinny dip in my wine glass. I had this terrible habit of touching the microphone. I think it's nerves, whatever. I'll try not to.